President, Honorable Mitito Olekato, Chair, and other invited members of the Distinguished Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations, service commanders and the Inspector General, general officers serving and retired here present, senior MOD officers, family members, officers and service members, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here today on this 8th of May 2020 for a CDF change of guard ceremony and to bid farewell to a distinguished Navy officer that has served our motherland with distinction and great admiration. I am honored to be part of this beautiful and memorable ceremony for a respected colleague turned great friend that is transitioning from a sterling military career spanning over 42 years with a perfect finish. When we are all on the starting blocks of our careers, everybody is energetic, full of promise and dreams and anticipation that we shall scale the height of our career. But it is at the finish line that we determine the winners and the standard bearers. General Samson Mwathethe, yours is a perfect finish. As you near a well-deserved, hard-earned retirement, I, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and on my own behalf as a Kenyan, thank you most sincerely for 4 decades of incredible service to the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in expressing our gratitude to General Mwathethe. On 30th of April 2020, 8 days ago today, His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of Kenya, in line with our deepening democratic credentials, made promotions and appointments that ushered in a change of guard in the high command of our defense forces. With this came a confirmation of a total number of 138 senior and general officers to higher responsibilities. I congratulate every one of you who has received a deserved promotion and new appointment and look forward to your full commitment in contributing to the admired professionalism of the Kenya Defense Forces. Earlier this week on Tuesday, I had the opportunity together with General Mwathethe to confer ranks on the newly promoted general officers. The occasion presented an opportunity to appreciate the elaborate military tradition on the investiture of ranks. On Monday next week, we shall witness the taking of oath of office by the top echelons of the KDF. And this elaborate appointment and handover process, ladies and gentlemen, is unfolding amidst a number of ongoing emergencies that are confronting our nation, whether it is COVID-19, the floods, the locust invasion, and so forth. But in spite of these calamities, this process is going on seamlessly. It is made possible and it is anchored on firm traditions that have taken root in this most distinguished institution. Driven by clear rules and procedures, under the tutelage and clear strategic guidance from the Commander-in-Chief, predictability and stability has and is assured at the KDF. In other places, in other times, this process would have been fraught with uncertainty and even unfolding into instability. For this enduring tradition, we thank the foresight of those who came before, who laid this firm foundation for a great force, and those that have been initiated in the tradition, that have practiced it faithfully, and that have protected it. It is a brand that has become another jewel on the crown of the KDF, that affirms our democratic tradition as a country, and that has become a reference point for many countries across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I am reminded of the discussions around the table earlier this week as generals recalled their professional journeys. Very different experiences, but all those discussions were signposted by critical attributes defined by a commitment to the KDF tradition, a commitment to KDF colleagues, loyalty to country, brilliant performance, deep experience, and readiness to serve our motherland. What struck me was the observations about General Mwadhete that were shared around that table. In one instance, a commander observed, "I have learned a lot from you, sir, especially in what you do not say. But a standing tribute of this great general has to do with the depth of his wisdom and what I term the human touch, reaching out to a person because they are a person. Beyond the flashiness and the bravado of the Navy, which you get quite a bit around General Mwadhete, in fact, whatever subject you are talking, he brings it back to the Navy. But beyond this, and this depth of the greater earth, you find a man that I have come to respect deeply. Mwadhete is a true gentle giant, a calm, purposeful person that even in the midst of a crisis leaves one reassured, because, as he will say it, all will be well. And assuringly, he does. And indeed, it does turn out all right. I had the privilege of serving across from the Vice CDF, then Lieutenant General Mwadhete, as the PS of MOD. And from then, I began to enjoy sharing in his deep humanity and became a beneficiary of his in various forms. Many decisions that we took then, in them, a central plaque was what would be the effect on the troops. But I also benefited a great deal from his great jokes, most of them deep, some very, very deep. Even after transitioning MOD that first time, I stayed on his list of those that were remembered for the jokes and for the consultations. And it is my hope that I will continue to have the privilege of receiving those jokes, General, even as you depart, particularly in the terrible circumstances, because such jokes lighten the work that we must do. On the work front, General Mwadhete is marked by a deep sense of duty, duty to country, duty to our security, and most of all, duty to the men and women who wake up every day, adorn the KDF uniform, and put their lives on line to keep us safe and free. There cannot be greater motivation for troops anywhere more than knowing that your commander has your back. Your sense of responsibility to your troops is profound. And today, I want to pay tribute to a remarkable public servant. We celebrate the principles for which you served and for which our nation stands. I believe the career path of Mwadhete offers many lessons, especially to young Kenyans. Fundamental of this is that public service is a honorable calling, that we can pass our country or our institutions better and stronger to those who come behind us. In the last 5 years, you have steered the Kenya Defense Forces steadily, achieving remarkable success. Under your watch and stewardship, the KDF has transformed significantly in stature and capability enhancement. As stated by the Commander-in-Chief on the 30th of April, during your tenure, we have, and I quote, seen significant expansion in our military and enviable improvement in defense capability of our forces, thus giving Kenyans confidence that their borders are well protected from any external aggression. This was coupled with a focused attention on the enhancement of the welfare of serving, of retired, and family members of the KDF fraternity. I am glad to point out your stewardship has led to the approval by the Defense Council a number of policies, including the establishment of the Compensation and Welfare Scheme. Commissioned in 2018, this system, through its devoted centers, addresses the challenges faced by KDF personnel and their dependents through the provision of a variety of services. Further to this is an ultra-modern special treatment center that is currently under construction and which is on course for completion later this year. This facility is going to provide great support across cross-training of war heroes and offer psychological counseling and psychosocial health care to those dealing with combat stress. You have also driven the development of a number of policy and strategy documents. I must thank you most sincerely for this work, and I'm delighted particularly with the adoption of the gender policy and the continued promotion of women in the senior ranks of the Defense Forces. In this regard, I am delighted that in this cohort, we have the first woman spokesperson of the KDF, and I look forward to working with Colonel Zipporah Kioko closely. You have also led the team together with the civilian side through the strategic policies as has been indicated by the CDF designate. Ladies and gentlemen, General Mwadhedhe did not contribute only to the MOD or the security sector alone. Under the Big Four agenda, on 14th October 2018, KDF launched the food processing factory in Gilgil, which will contribute to the realization of food security in Kenya. As you are all aware as well, General Mwadhedhe is the chair of the Blue Economy Implementation Standing Committee. The success of this committee is already evident. We have reestablished the Kenya National Shipping Lane, the Coast Guard has been stewed, and now we are developing the Kenya Navy Slipway. All these developments make Kenya a game changer in the regional maritime industry, setting us apart from anyone else. And I want to congratulate you, General Mwadhedhe, for this. But today, you have also gifted us in posterity by living with us in knowledge. And by the launch of the book, War for Peace, I want to thank you most sincerely for adding to the invaluable lessons that will be critical for the centers of excellence within the KDF. It is my hope that this will be a basic text in the Joint War College and other colleges that we have, and I want to thank you for this contribution in knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, I personally have walked a long journey with General Mwadhedhe, from MOD, where before I went to Interior and MFA, and now back to the MOD. From the time we formed the multi-agency task teams to fight terror groups that threatened our security and well-being of our people, to strengthening institutions through rigorous training and mentoring of our officers. Throughout this time, you have provided the much-needed strategic stewardship and unmatched accountability. It is impossible to exhaust in this one sitting the contributions that you've made to the Ministry of Defense and to your motherland. But I can assure you that the impact of your leadership will continue to manifest in various areas. As we bid you farewell, may I take a quote from General MacArthur on leadership, and I quote, "A true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of the others. He does not set out to be a leader," and this reminds me actually your statement as you are taking your oath, "but he becomes one by the quality of actions and the integrity of his intent." Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to also take this opportunity to salute our incoming CDF, General Robert Kibochi, who has subscribed the same life of service. I have no doubt that his credentials stand him in good stead to lead our forces with clear vision and a steady hand. He takes over at a time of great change in the security environment in our region and globe. We have in the last few weeks witnessed unpredicted trends with enormous implications for security of our nation. Today, as I've indicated, we battle the outbreak of COVID-19. We are battling the desert locust invasion. We are battling natural and humanitarian calamities, and as well as the threat posed by terror groups. In all this, the people of Kenya look to the Ministry of Defense and to the Kenyan soldier for support, for relief, for protection and assurance. But you are taking the mantle from a firm place. Congratulations on the great affirmation of confidence by the Commander-in-Chief in you and your team. I am confident that you and the top commanders, starting with the Vice CDF, Lieutenant General Mugalu, as well as the service commanders, have what it takes to execute the mandate of the ministry, namely to defend and protect the territorial integrity and sovereignty of our motherland. I look forward to working with you as you build on the solid foundation laid by your distinguished predecessors in providing leadership that manages current and emerging security threats. I am sure that I speak for the entire civilian side of the MOD administration, starting with the Chief Administrative Secretary, the PS, and other officers when I say we will be available to offer you full support as you take over this higher responsibility, and therefore I wish you all the very best. Finally, to the CDF, this is your day, and I take this opportunity to once again thank you most sincerely for your service to this nation, as I wish you good sails to your next endeavors. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Madam Cabinet Secretary, we shall now proceed with the presentation of mementos. The order of presentation will begin with the services, starting with the Kenya Navy. It is now my duty and honor to humbly request the CDF, accompanied by Madam Mrs. Mwadede, to come forward for the presentations. Thank you.
First, we would like to really congratulate you, sir, on this special day. And for the mementos, the first one would go to Madam. This is to secure the main galley.
Anapewa jiko hapa kubwa sana la kisasa. Kofi tafadhali.
Sir, the next one is for you. This is an Arab chest. I know you'll find valuable stuff to make good use of it.
Makofi tafadhali.
Sir, for the record, we want to just wish you the very best. The CDF visited us on Wednesday, and we made our presentation both to Madam and to yourself, sir. And on behalf of all the officers of Kenya Air Force and service members and our families, we've learned greatly from you, and we want to wish you the very best. Hopefully, when we'll be flying over Mtwapa and we land in Vipingo, we'll be most welcome for a cup of tea, sir. This one is just the symbol of one of the items we presented for the purpose of the occasion today, sir.
Hapo kuna picha ya ng'ombe wa grade bila shaka, alafu mchanga haja komaa sana. Makofi mazuri kwa jeshi la wanahewa tafadhali.
Commandant NDC. Sorry, sir. Commandant NDC, sir, please. NDC.
Sir, this is a very special moment. I would very most humbly request you to please take your seat because I have a few words that I want to say before I invite you and Madam and the family to receive the gifts, please. Thank you so much, sir. Very kind of you. Cabinet Secretary for Defense, other Cabinet Secretaries present, the Attorney General, the Chief of Defense Force, CDF designate, Principal Secretaries present, Chief Administrative Secretary, Vice Chief, Service Commanders, members of Defense and Foreign Relations Committee and its chair, retired Chiefs of Defense Forces, General Officers serving and retired, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mine is not a speech, but I wanted to take this opportunity to say a few words and contextualize the gifts that I will give the outgoing Chief of Defense Force. But also what it will do, it will give me an opportunity to bid farewell to a great friend, a great general, and a great leader who I have had a chance of working under in different capacities, and most recently as the Assistant Chief of Defense Forces in charge of operations plans, doctrine, and training. Madam CS, on behalf of my colleagues at the National Defense College, I stand here today as a proud commandant, primarily in recognition of the enormous contribution by the outgoing Chief of Defense Force, General Samson Matete. He has made to the college, and we have had enormous achievements, we have made strides, and there are developments going on as we speak now. Through his support and guidance in the college modernization and expansion program, the college is firmly on a journey towards achieving its vision of being a premier college at par with the best such institutions in the world. I know a lot has been said by CDF designate and Madam CS in terms of the numerous achievements that CDF has made, but I just want to give a few examples from the college itself of some of the recent developments that have taken place, and that's why we have to do what we have to do in terms of awarding him the various gifts we do. We have got expansion and modernization going on of the accommodation. We have a brand new dining facility, which the CDF laid a foundation stone recently. We are constantly having upgrade of infrastructure. A very significant development is the acquisition of 2 parcels of land adjacent to the National Defense College, totaling to 10.5 acres. This is not a mere feat, but a very courageous act, which we thank you for, sir. And this space will provide for the future expansion of the college facilities as we aspire to become the National Defense University. Sir, we have also witnessed the expansion of what we call the Center for Security and Strategic Studies, which has become a center of excellence. And for the first time in its history, we have a 1-star general as the director of this center. And this center will definitely contribute towards the strategic thinking and realization of peace, security, and prosperity in Kenya and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard from earlier speakers, General Matete is an alumni of NDC, alumnus of the National Defense College course number 3 of the year 2000. Last week on Tuesday, another first, 28th of April 2020, General Matete unveiled for the first time in the history of the college, the National Defense College Alumni Wall of Fame. And after his formal lecture to the participants of course number 22, as the commandant, I had the honor of inducting him to the National Defense College Hall of Fame. He is the first to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in recognition of his distinguished service in the Kenya Defense Forces and the nation at large. It is on this basis that we want to recognize General Mathete's contribution through the achievements at the National Defense College, and therefore I will give 3 symbolic gifts in recognition of his leadership, his love, and association with the National Defense College. The National Defense College, as you're all aware, is concerned with strategy, long-term security and survival of states like ours. It is about sustainable development. So it is not surprising that the first gift we are giving the outgoing CDF is a live Dopa ewe. This, we are doing it because as it breeds and its offspring breed, we are very sure that the subsequent generation of the Mwathetes will enjoy this particular product of the iwi. And also this signifies General Mwathete's ability to nurture and grow people and institutions wherever he has worked. Second, and I'll ask my colleague to stand to my left here with the photograph so that it can be seen to the left of the flower. Thank you, Kano Chelimo. Please, no, the iwi here. The next one, sir, is a photograph of General Mwathete laying foundation stone at the National Defense College Officers' Mess Dining Hall. I've always known General Mwathete as a great seaman. I will invite you shortly. So I've always known him as a great seaman and a great general. But as myself and my colleagues watch him lay the foundation stone using the masonry tools, we concluded that hata kazi ya mjengo ako sawa. So this is really wonderful, but it also signifies the kind of transformation in the infrastructure that you have done for the KDF. Lastly, sir, for your courage, determination, and commitment to what you have done for the college, we will give you a cold-crusted bronze sculpture of what we're calling the Savo Lion, which signifies the strength and courage of his leadership. I think you can open it so that we can see, tafadhali. Now it is our sincere hope, sir, that these gifts will keep the memory of the college close to his heart as he relaxes in retirement. General Mwathete, sir, on behalf of the National Defense College fraternity, I wish you, I'm told this is a very nice frame in naval terms, I wish you fair winds and following seas as you transition to the next phase of your life. May God bless you and your family and grant you a long and peaceful life after your long, dedicated, distinguished service to the Kenya Defense Forces and the nation. Thank you very much, sir. It is now my pleasure to invite you, the CDF, sir, and your family to receive these gifts on behalf of the National Defense College fraternity. CDF, sir.
Kama vile ulivyosikia nakabidhiwa pale alama hivi sasa, simba anaponguruma hakuna mnyama ambaye usimama. Makofi tafadhali kwa NDC, National Defense College, wakipokea pamoja na jamii yake. Na kama vile ulivyosikia pia kuna picha ya ujenzi alivyoeleza pale mkuu wa chuo hiki. Makofi tafadhali. Na amesema kwamba boma lake CDF lisikose wanyama kama hawa, kondoo aina ya Dopa. Anasema ukija unachinjiwa moja kwa moja kama ukiwa mgeni wao. Makofi tafadhali kwa National Defense College. Asante sana.
We are informed that the Kenya Army made their presentations as you up. Commander Kenya Army, sir, please.
Sir, CDF, sir, we wish you the very best in your retirement. You've led us well. We've benefited a lot from your guidance. The Army, actually, as you leave, was the biggest beneficiary of the just concluded promotions with most officers, and much elated that the CDF, the incoming CDF, comes from our service, and we are very grateful of that. General Kiboshi was my immediate commander, and I was his deputy, and we are really happy as the Army, knowing that he has a very transformative mind, and the ability to inspire others to follow willingly in the execution of their duties. So as you go home, we want to leave you with this favor and ashia that we would be happy that you keep it in Kanamai, that we will see it another day when we come there, sir. In Vipingo. Yes. 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 Somebody keep it. Yes. So because many times you might not have the time to go jogging, we leave you with this massage chair that will assist you, sir, in practice. It will be put in good use. Yes. Yako na mama. Yes, sir. Yeah, let Ilya be. Yeah, karibu sir. Sir, yeah, this, in a CDF. General Kiboshi, sir, our CDF, because you require the energy to lead us, sir. I think this goat will be good for you making your dinner, and we leave that with you. Mama, kuja mchukue. Yes. Yeah, to be able to make a good meal for the general and the visitors. Yeah. That's for you, ma'am, and thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Amekabidhiwa hapo mbuzi, beberu na hali kadhalika kama vile mlivyoshuhudia. Kiti kizuri amekabidhiwa CDF cha kupumzika anapokuwa kule Mtwapa. Makofi mazuri kwa jeshi letu la nchi kavu tafadhali.
Thank you very much, Commander Kenyami, sir. Next, Madam Cabinet Secretary, allow me to invite the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations. CDF, sir, please.
Thank you. CDF, first allow me to invite my colleagues. We are 5 members here. Please, colleagues. We have Dr. Lillian Gogo. Then we have Colonel retired Honorable Didaraso. The Vice Chairman of the committee is also here, the Honorable Richard Tongi, and Major retired Honorable Bashir. They're all here. This is your committee, CDF. And good. We have really worked very well with you. I was in this committee when you were the CDF, and we have as a committee a farewell on retirement message, and I want to just say that receive greetings and salutation from the Departmental Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations of the National Assembly of Kenya, and on my own behalf. It has been wonderful working with you in your capacity as the Chief of Defense Forces. We wish you the very best in your future endeavors as you continue to contribute to the well-being of this great country, Kenya. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Makofi tafadhali kwa kamati hii ya kitaifa na kimataifa ya usalama.
And so, General Sir, we wish you well, and we have a gift here. My colleagues who are your former officers here, they did not tell us that we should tell you what is inside, but it's also a good memo. So we present this on behalf of the committee.
Hii ni siri, atakwenda kujulia mbele. Makofi tafadhali.
Asante. Thank you. Thank you very much. The incoming CDF, who has been a very great friend. This is an oversight committee, but the CDF have always been a friend to this committee, together with the civilian wing of DOD. We also have a congratulatory message for you that on behalf of the Departmental Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations of the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, and on my own behalf, receive greetings and congratulations for your recent promotion and subsequent appointment as the Chief of Defense Forces, the signet. And we are more than happy for you, as you have been involved very closely and in a collaborative manner with the committee. As you take over your new role as CDF, it is our wish and hope that we will continue working closely with the committee. We wish you all the very best as you settle in your new office. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Tafadhali, makofi mazuri kwa kamati hii.
Asante. Yeah. General. Thank you.
Wameruhusiwa kutoa barakoa kwa muda mfupi kwa sababu ya picha nzuri ya kumbukumbu. Tunashukuru kamati hii kwa kazi nzuri ambayo umefanya na zawadi walizotoa. Tuwaongezee makofi tafadhali kamati hii.
Next, Madam Cabinet Secretary, will be Defense Headquarters. Defense Headquarters.
Washa hii ya mbele tafadhali. Mike.
I just want to appreciate the chairman of the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee, his assistant, and the members of the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee for the support that they have given us as KDF. For them to come here and be with us today, I think is a great honor, and they deserve a real big clap. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Thank you, CDF, sir. Defense Headquarters, please.
CDF, sir. I remember you visited the Navy on Monday this week, and while you were there, no present was given. It was actually deliberate because everybody knew there was going to be a change of command of the Navy, and on Monday, the handover takeover had not yet taken place, and I didn't want to steal the thunder from the commander, Kenya Navy. I knew I was going to get another opportunity here in Defense Headquarters, and that's why we had to wait until after Tuesday when we did our handover takeover. After Thursday, sorry. On behalf of the Defense Headquarters, officers and men and women, we also have a set of presents for both you and Madam, and I kindly request that you come forward, sir, to receive, and Madam too. The first present is going to Madam. It is a washing machine and dinner set. If you can recall, during when I was making my remarks, I mentioned about setting sail to your next port of call, which I didn't know. But we disclosed that we're actually going to Mtwapa, and we realized that I'm sure there are a lot of compartments in your dwelling, and definitely there'll be a lot of washing, and we didn't want Madam to belabor and spoil her hands touching this and that. And also, I know that you'll be available in Mtwapa, receiving a lot of guests, and for that, we're also gifting her a dinner set. Madam.
Vyombo vya nyumbani vya hela nyingi. Makofi mazuri tafadhali kwa Defense Headquarters. Na kama vile ulivyo.
Next is the rocking chair, which I believe most likely will be claimed by the CDF. I know you went to sea very long time ago, and you may be missing the waves and the free rock given by the sea. And for that, we'll give you a rocking chair to remind you of your days at sea.
Amekabidhiwa kiti ambacho kinamkumbusha mawimbi unapokuwa baharini. Kiti hiki kitakuwa kinaruka, yani kina rocky. Makofi tafadhali kwa Defense Headquarters.
Next, we've got a heifer, and for that, I'll not belabor trying to explain and give a capability of that breed. If left to me, I'll simply say, after some time, it will start giving milk. And for that reason, I'll leave that to the vet to tell the story.
Thank you, sir. The photograph before you, sir, depicts a dairy cow named Black Sea, presented to you as a memento in honor of your distinguished service, sir. She's an Asher breed, originally from Scotland. She's characterized by brown and white body markings with a gentle and mild temperament. Ashers produce good quality milk with high butter fat content and are hardy compared to other exotic breeds. The cow is in calf and is expected to calve the next 2 months. Thank you, sir.
Ng'ombe huyo kama vile mlivyosikia ni mzuri.
Final gift is a piece of artwork depicting command and compassion, and more detailed narrative will be given by an expert.
Thank you, sir.
Picha nzuri ya kuchora. Maelezo ya picha hii kutoka kwa Sergeant Mwae.
Sir, this artwork is presented to you in celebration of your leadership as Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. It is a painting that portrays a memory of the more than 42 years of service. The work utilized warm deep colors in a mixed painting done on a frame board measuring 3 by 4 feet. The painting highlights your strategic leadership in directing policies of the Kenya Defence Forces. It also captures your love for the Kenyan soldier, outlines your inspirational leadership through command visits to troops in the operational area and your passion for KDF welfare programs. It is our belief that this painting will be a constant reminder of the indelible mark left behind. Thank you, sir.
Makofi tafadhali kwa mchoro huo. Kama vile mlivyosikia ni mchoro wa kupendeza kabisa. Amiri jeshi mkuu wakiwa pamoja na CDF wetu wakiwa wanaonyeshwa masuala ya vitani. Kwa hiyo ni mchoro unaopendeza kabisa na kuonyesha sura ya amiri jeshi mkuu wakiwa kule vichakani. Makofi mazuri tafadhali kwa makao makuu ya majeshi ya ulinzi ya Kenya.
Thank you very much, sir and madam.
Madam Cabinet Secretary, it is now my duty and honor to request the Principal Secretary to conduct the presentations for Minister of Defense.
On behalf of the Minister of Defense, and in particular the civilian component, we want to wish you, CDF, sir, the very, very best in your retirement. The civilian component under your leadership has grown over the years, and we have had a very good relationship between the military and the civilian component. They've worked in harmony and have really bonded very well. Many people don't know what the civilians do in the military, but we provide a lot of services. For those of you who may not be familiar, we provide budgeting services, accounting services to KDF. We also provide electricians, mechanics, cooks, and hospitality. All the good food that you've been eating, provided by KDF, have actually been done by civilian staff. We also provide other services, including logistics. So we want to really thank you for the support and the numbers that have increased over the years with KDF. On behalf of the KDF fraternity, we want to present to you as a gift, a small gift, which is a golfing kit, which will help you socialize in your retirement, as well as keep fit as you go back.
Ongeza makofi. Anaonyesha mfano vile anagonga huo mpira. Nafikiri utakwenda mbali sana. Ile nguvu alizo nazo, basi bila shaka atakuwa anazitumia bora.
During your retirement. So thank you very much. I want to thank you very much for the support you have given us during your tenure. Asante sana. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Maybe at this juncture, I invite the Cabinet Secretary to also present and give a few remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, PS. Now, everybody who has come here is trying to persuade the CDF to go and be a farmer. I think the CDF needs to see the world. And so, CDF, I want you to take Amina. She has also retired. You told her she's also retired. And you see the wildlife and enjoy what you've not been able to see. And I want you to start with Amboseli. You know, we also have some elephants in Zimbabwe, we have some in Botswana. You can tell us and compare how they are looking. So we wanted you to enjoy our wildlife in a way that you have not had a chance to do. Yeah, yes. And then as you do so, lete hiyo ingine, lete. I think it's very important that you capture those moments because we won't be with you, so that you can share with us. Chukua picha kidogo alafu natutumia. So that you can keep us going even though we'll be at work with Kibochi. Yes.
Amepewa picha ya wanyama mbalimbali hasa ndovu. Na pia hapa naona kuna mkoba ambao umejaa vitu kocho kocho humo ndani. Naona kuna pia kamera ya nguvu. Very digital camera ya kisasa, ili kwamba anapokwenda kutembelea mbuga za wanyama popote pale, kama vile waziri wetu alivyosema, basi atakuwa akipiga picha kwa kumbukumbu ya pale mahali ambapo ameweza kutembelea. Basi kamera iko tayari, anakabidhiwa kuwa tayari kuwa mtalii kuanzia hivi sasa. Makofi kwa waziri wetu wa ulinzi. CDF anapiga picha ya kwanza akitumia kamera hiyo ya kisasa.
So fare thee well and enjoy the world. CDF.
Makofi mazuri tafadhali kwa wizara yetu ya ulinzi kiongozwa na waziri wetu. Wamesema kwamba watakuwa wakifanya mipango ya kuweza kutembelea mbuga zetu za wanyama. Tumsindikize tena tafadhali kwa makofi, msichoke. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Madam Cabinet Secretary and CDF, sir. We have now coming to the conclusion of this part of this ceremony. And before we proceed, I'd like to announce that there'll be coordinated transport by the military police for all those who will be proceeding to the officers' mess. So please remain seated after this. At this juncture, I request that we all be upstanding for the national anthem. DFSM. Three cheers first, DFSM.
Chief of Defense Forces.
Basi tutabaki tukiwa tumetulia hivyo, tukiongozwa na mgeni wetu rasmi anapotoka, akiwa anaandamana pamoja na mkuu wa majeshi yetu ya ulinzi ya Kenya na staafu, na hali kadhalika yule anayechukua wadhifa hivi sasa, na wageni wetu mashuhuri, makamanda wetu. Tafadhali naomba muandamane tunapoelekea officers mess, pamoja na jamii tunapoelekea officers mess kwa ajili ya mlo mchana, kama vile nilivyoweza kutangulia kusema hapo awali. Wale wengine tafadhali tubaki tu tukiwa tumetulia hadi wakati ambapo tutaweza kupata kufahamisha. Wakati CDF wetu atakuwa anatoka officers mess akiwa anaelekea, basi
indeed, you've now come to the tail end of this auspicious ceremony, whereby we've witnessed the change of guard at the country's topmost position in the military. We're continuing with the lunchtime bulletin. When we come back, we'll be bringing you celebrations, showing you pictures of how the new chief of the Defense Forces will be carried out by the Land Rovers. I'm your presenter, Serafina Roby. Back to you in studio.